Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. All praise to the Most High. Welcome back to another sister chat. You know, we missed the one that was, what was it, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
We missed that one. It was a feast week for us, I think.
Yep.
So we're back. All praise to the Most High. We're gonna get our foundational precept first. She got this fancy thing with these side tabs, so I gotta figure out how to pull it up. You know. Okay. I'm gonna pull up First Peter 4:11. I wonder, is it showing? Is it gonna show the new scripture? Or is it gonna? It's only showing the one that was already on here.
Yeah, sharing. See up top to sharing.
Okay.
Sharing this tab.
Okay, perfect. Now let me go back. This is fancy,
Bro. Not fancy.
I don't even know how to go back. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, there we go. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Yahweh. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which Yahweh giveth, that Yahweh in all things will be glorified through Yahweh Shai, to whom praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen. So we want to speak the oracles of the Most High. But everything we do and say, we want to make sure that we are glorifying the Most High, because it is only His ability that they were able to have any of these things, be able to do any of these things. You know, our life is a gift from the Most High. Everything we have is a gift from the Most High. So we want to give Him all the praise, honor, and glory, and not speak it of our own belly. And then we're going to go to Hebrews 10:24. And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works. So on here to provoke our sisters unto love and to good works through the partnership of the Most High. Our praise Most High for the Sabbath day. We're going to be going into mastering inner peace. So yeah, take us through, Yawana.
Yeah, man. We just gotta, as sisters especially, you know, with us being, you know, the main ones, you know, navigating the peace within our house. You know, we really play a big part. So I feel like this is going to be a really good lesson. I need this too. You know, just to be able to master having peace no matter what's going on around us, no matter what the circumstance is, when things, life is full of changes. You know, we can't just only expect to have peace when everything's going our way. You know, we got to make sure that we're able to have a peace that's unmovable, unshakable, and rooted in Yahweh. So
y'all gotta excuse the kids. We have Prince of Egypt on, but apparently they want to be up under us instead of watching Prince of Egypt. So yeah,
no better place than mommy,
right? Our praise the Most High. But yeah, like she said, you know, I remember seeing a quote that says something like, you know, peace is learning to stay at calm when everything around you is like not. It's something. It's like a
chaotic.
Yeah, it's like a. It was like an ocean on the sea type of color. Let me see.
Calm
storm. I'm looking up. Peace is staying calm when storms around you. Quote. Let me see. This is the one, I think. Peace does not mean to be in a place where there's no noise, trouble, or hard work. It means to be in the midst of all those things and still be calm in your heart. And so essentially that's what peace is, because like the sister Yawana was saying, even this right here says there is peace even in the storm. And there's another quote that says, remain calm in any situation because peace within you is stronger than any storm around you. This one says right here, sometimes God doesn't calm the storm around you, He calms the storm within you. The situation may not change overnight, but your heart can find peace where they rest in Him. That's factual. There's been a lot of times where I found myself praying that my situation changed and it didn't change. But what changed was me within, my outlook on it, and my peace about the situation. And so that's what inner peace is, because life is going to change. Life is going to life. We're going to go through different tribulations. There's going to be a lot of different things we face in life. But that peace comes within, not what's going on around you or what is going on around you. Because your peace is not dependent upon those things. Your peace is found within you and dependent upon the Most High God. So regardless what life throws at us, regardless of the things we go through, the things that are happening around us, we have peace because we're leaning on the Most High God. And so essentially that's what peace is, because your situation may not change. It may be the same, but what changes is you within. So yeah, I get on that.
We're just gonna jump right into it, man. Grab this little preview article type of situation.
Yes.
And we're gonna grab some precepts, of course.
And I wanted to read this real quick if I could. And this is saying what I just said. Stop trying to calm the storm inside. Stop trying to calm the storm. Instead, calm yourself. Trust that God is in control and you don't have to fix everything. Sometimes the peace you need is not in the situation, but in your heart. When you trust God, you can find calm even in the chaos. Let Him be your peace. This one says, the enemy wants you stressed, but God wants you at peace. Anxiety is a sign that it's time to trust God more. Hand over your worries to Him and let His peace fill your heart. He is in control of everything that's troubling you. Man, all I did was look up peace is staying at calm when storm around you quote, and boy, Google got some banger quotes. Like when you go to images, it's a whole bunch of quotes. But let's go to this. All right.
Don't forget to share this tab instead.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's fancy.
I usually do the entire screen just because, I don't want to make no mistakes. But I really go back and...
I didn't even know that was a thing. Let me do that. Entire screen. I don't even know. Do you got your setup so fancy? Like, who has the tabs on the side? Who does that?
I think it's different.
It is different. It's very. I feel like I'm on a fancy bougie laptop. I'm over here, and I'm real tech fancy. We do, but I'm real tech. But I feel like what I'm saying. I feel old on this thing, man.
Of course.
All right. So, how to cultivate peace in your life? Living a peaceful life requires actively guarding your daily energy. Key strategies include setting strict boundaries with toxic people, simplifying your daily routine, and practicing mindfulness. By consciously letting go of things beyond your control and prioritizing deep rest, you can quiet the internal noise. Actionable ways to start cultivating peace every day. Protect your sleep in mornings. Limit screen use for the first and last hour of your day. Establish a slow morning routine that doesn't involve rushing or immediately consuming stressful news. If I can say something real quick. I had seen, I think I was reading a book. I was reading something and it had basically said the mornings are meant, I was reading a post on YouTube from a Christian homemaker. And she was basically saying the mornings are meant to be slow and to connect with the Most High God. And so she was basically saying she doesn't get on her phone first thing in the morning because her day is filled with noise. And when we think about it, our days are filled with noise, kids crying, whether you have kids or not, your day is filled with noise. So the morning time is that peace and quiet that you get and spend with the Most High before your day gets noisy and busy. So limiting phone use the very first, as soon as you wake up, it really, sets the tone for your day. Because I've found myself, when I found myself picking up my phone first thing in the morning, my day, it has me already stressed and flustered because I didn't take the time to, have a slow morning. Right. I didn't take the time to have a slow, quiet morning. I'm already rushing into noise. I'm already rushing into screen use. So I definitely feel that. Anyway, set clear boundaries. Do not feel guilty for saying no to requests or relationships that consistently drain your energy. Accept what you can't control. Learn to release past grievances and forgive others, not to excuse their actions, but to free yourself from carrying the burden. Practicing mindfulness. Focus on doing just one thing at a time, like eating slowly or taking a daily walk without earbuds. Staying grounded in the present moment rather than worrying about the future. Declutter your space. A chaotic environment often leads to a chaotic mind. Maintain an organized home to immediately lower your baseline anxiety. Ooh, those are some great gems.
And I feel like, especially with the accepting what you can't control, that's a huge part of it. Because a lot of the times, we can find ourselves trying to control everything, sometimes without even knowing it. So the minute that, the Most High puts you in a situation where you can't control it, now you're like, bro, I don't know what to do. You're snapping at folks, you're just out of the spirit. And that just is really just a reminder from the Most High. It's like, you're not in control of anything. You're not in control of anything. But we do have control over our peace and controlling what we can control. But the things that we go through, the trials, the tribulations, those things we can't control what we get put through. we can control how we handle it and how we move when those things come, because they're going to come. That's guaranteed in this life. Trials and tribulations, they're guaranteed. But we gotta also make sure that we're, again, like the thing was saying, being mindful and being like, okay, I see that this is going on around me. I see that this, and this is on my plate. How can I be at peace within me, regardless of how my situation has changed, regardless of what's going on, etc., etc. But I like that too. Another point too, because lately I've been trying to just find little pockets of time where I can just breathe. You know, having kids, you know, it's constant touching, constant noise, constant. It's just a lot.
Sometimes I'll be having to tell my toddler, my oldest, I'll be like, "Mommy needs space. Please get off me." I mean, no, actually though, like if I'm sitting down breastfeeding and then my toddler, she's just like I'm just a ladder at this point, just all up over, and I'm like, "Mommy needs space." Like, please. So I definitely feel that.
Yeah, just taking some time, you know. Sometimes you gotta take a step outside. Make sure they're okay, you know, safe. You know, put them with their dad, something. Take a step outside, maybe, you know, check on your garden, you know, just get a breath of fresh air, walk around a little bit, and then come back. And it makes all the difference, you know, and just having that time. You might have, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes to just sit down. The kids are down for a nap, sit, eat, maybe watch a show. Just having that moment can really transform your day, can give you that energy to keep going and be in the spirit, because, okay, you know, I'm not overwhelmed. I haven't been, you know, pulled in all different directions all day, every day. I had some time to myself, and I can go into, you know, the first step, protecting your sleep in the mornings. Not getting on your phone, having that hour before you start your day and before you end your day. Just having that, you know, decompressing time. But when you're on your phone, there's nothing but stimulation. You got this madness going on social media. You got folks texting you, group chat going crazy, text going crazy. You got bills, emails, all this stuff. That's a lot going on.
That's why we need the Saturday too. A day to just 24 hours strictly to just rest our mind. Yeah. Because like she was saying, not to cut you off, but real quick, not to cut you off.
You did.
Bad. But dang, what was I about to say? Yeah, like she was saying, when you're on our phone, that's constant stimulation. Our nervous systems need that time to breathe as well. And so that also can attribute to when we're not feeling at peace, because your nervous system is out of whack, because you're constantly overloading your system with straight dopamine, and not the good dopamine, this dopamine. And so you're like stressed out within because you know you feeding yourself too much. So we got to have that balance, and like you said, have that time to decompress, that time of no noise, that time of stillness. That is needed. But also at times you're not going to always have that, and that's where the inner peace comes in as well, because you're not always going to be quiet. It's not always going, and it feels really good when you have that moment to like, whew, finally peace and quiet. But it's not always going to be like that. Some seasons are going to be way busier than others. Sometimes you're going to be in a difficult season of life, a lot of changes. You're going to be moving, whatever the case may be. But you still have to know how to be at peace within, no matter what's going on around
you. This is me speaking as a woman. I think back then that us as a people, we had more peace back then, because, you know, we didn't have all these different things, all these different spirits, and, you know, technology and all this other extra stuff that we got going on compared to back then. You know, it was much simpler time. You know, they were able to cultivate peace maybe a little bit easier because they didn't have all these different things going on, you know, that we got here going on in this time. I'll say that. So that's also another reason why we got to continue to, you know, rehearse the righteous acts. Remember the days of old. You know, start, you know, simplifying things. You know, taking time away from all the screens, taking time away from, you know, people who are taking away from your peace, vexing you in the spirit. Because that could be something too. You're constantly around people who are just, they might be in the world, they might just be, you know, tripping out, or whatever the case is. sometimes you gotta really just sit with yourself and be like, look, this is taking my peace. This is trying to take my peace. Let me come back to the word of the Most High. Let me pray. Let me strategize on how I can maintain inner peace within myself, regardless of what this person has going on, what this person is saying, what this person is doing. Because at the end of the day, you gotta pour into your own cup. You gotta have peace, or else you're gonna be crashing out too.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't help anybody.
Mm-mm. I think a lot of our people back then, especially, we were really connected and in tune with the Most High. Like, because we was outside, like real nature. We are a husbandry people. So we were outside a lot, dealing with the animals, and really just connect with the Most High. Like she said, it wasn't a lot of these. The screens they're just only getting worse. Like the screens was not this bad about 10 years ago. Even way back when our parents was coming up, I know my parents were born in 1972. So technology has come a long way. Definitely have to have that balance of technology. But I definitely feel like this lesson is definitely something I need as well, because I find myself, for example, what was it? I think it was like Thursday. Something I find myself doing often is that I'll be working on something in the house, right? I'll be doing one task, and then I'll see something else and be like, okay, hold on, I think what I was doing was I was in the kitchen getting my mop water ready, and I was about to mop the floor. But then I was about to go do something else. But I told myself, I was like, hold on, finish this first. You started this, finish this, and then go to that. And so I noticed that sometimes what I'm doing around the house, sometimes I like to try to, but all first once I caught myself, but sometimes like basically I try to like jump between tasks.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why it says practice mindfulness, focus on doing just one thing at a time, because let's say if I said I'm gonna mop the floor, I'm getting my mop water ready. But then I'm like, oh shoot, hold on, let me take the trash out first. And hold on, let me fold the clothes first. And then hold on, let me cook dinner first. Then I'll finish mopping. Now my mind is a million different places, and I'm stressed out within because I'm focusing on doing too many things. So I'm just one person. I'm focused on doing too many things at once versus just doing one thing at once. If I said I'm gonna get the mop, and this is just a random example, but if I said I'm going to get the mop water ready to mop the floor, okay, I'm gonna focus on doing that. So that way my mind is not stressed about, oh, let me do this, oh, let me do that, oh, let me do this, oh, let me do that. And that's not even just on a household task level. That's just in anything. Focus on doing one thing at once. Like I said, it's eating slowly, or just taking a walk without your phone. Well, I take my phone with me in the case of emergency, but take a walk without listening to something. Just listen to the birds chirp, or walking without being on your phone. I was at the store, coming out the store, and I walked past a lady, and she doing this the whole time she walking to the door to go into the store. And I'm just thinking, I'm like, that's crazy, because you don't know what could happen because you're glued to your phone. You're not paying attention to your surroundings. Yeah. So we definitely got to put that phone down, man.
Yeah. Even in the car, you know, had a crazy hectic day. Maybe you don't need to put on the music. Maybe you just need to ride a silence.
And pray while you drive.
Right. Just like you were saying, I'm practicing that too as well. Just, because it's always, especially being wives and mothers, it's always something to do.
Yeah.
Always.
Facts.
I've been thinking to myself all week, I was like, I don't see how people really just be having time to just scroll for hours. Like, there is so much to do. There's not enough time in the day. But
being idle, that's how.
Yeah.
They being idle.
Yeah. Definitely that. But just like she was saying, like taking a walk just in silence, just having that break, just to have quietness. To have quietness. It's really it can make a difference. But we can get into what you have something else.
What is it?
It's some precepts.
What you got?
Let's get Psalms 34 and 14.
And let us know in the comment board or in the chat what y'all think. I said comment board. I think that's what I meant. Let us know what y'all think in the comments below and in the live chat. Ways that y'all are practically cultivating peace in your life despite the things that are going on around you. We love to hear from y'all. But this is Psalm 34:14.
It reads, "Depart from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it." So we can't just go about our daily lives willy-nilly. We're in the hustle bustle. We're doing everything that we got to do and just expect that we're going to have peace within. We have to actively seek after peace. It's not something that we just, okay, well, I got my peace and that's it. No, we got to seek peace every day. Just like we seek the Most High are supposed to be seeking the Most High every single day. We have to seek peace. And peace comes from Him. We can't expect people to give us peace, things to give us peace. We got to actively pursue it and find different ways for us to be able to have peace within through the scriptures and righteousness.
This is what the word pursue means. It means to follow someone or something in order to catch or attack them. Synonyms: go after, run after, follow, chase, hunt, stalk, track. So you gotta go after peace. You gotta chase it. You gotta hunt it down. Meaning, like, and I like this definition, pursue, because in other words, it's saying depart from evil, do good, seek peace, and whatever you do, don't let peace slip from you.
Yeah.
Hunt it, stalk it if you got to, chase it, keep peace. And so that's how we're supposed to pursue after peace. You know, no matter, don't let nothing or nobody take your peace. That's why you got to pursue it. Run after it, chase it, hunt, do what you got to do, but don't let anyone take your peace within. Because like you were saying, at the end of the day, your peace is not dependent upon anything or anyone. It's dependent upon you. You have to make that effort. You have to do the work to have that inner peace. You can, you know, people can help you, give you resources, can give you tools. You know, you can have things that help you feel better in righteousness. But at the end of the day, peace comes from within, and you seeking the Most High, connected with Him. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, this is right here, Isaiah 26:3. Thou will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee. So the Most High will keep us in peace when we keep our minds focused upon Him. And a lot of times we don't have that inner peace because we're carrying things He never told us to carry. We're overthinking, we're worrying, we're taking thought for tomorrow, we're taking thought of the future, we're stressed out. That's not peace. Peace is when your mind is stayed upon Him. Peace is when your mind is focused on righteousness. Peace is when your mind is at ease, at still, at a calmness, regardless of even when life is stormy and noisy around you. So, Khan.
And I've been watching this show, y'all. And
what show?
The Hunting Party.
Oh,
we've been watching this. I don't know.
Oh my gosh!
She's been playing. She's been playing, but I've been watching.
Oh my gosh!
Hunting Party is really good. But anyways,
I put her on, by the way.
She did. But on one of the episodes, this man was basically like frogging. I don't know if y'all heard of frogging, but basically frogging is when somebody goes into somebody else's house without them knowing that they're there and they stay there. So yes, it's crazy.
I'm just spoiling the show.
Okay, I'm not gonna spoil it. But you know, I'm trying not to spoil it. But basically, long story short, this person was in these different people's houses and he's making, he's comfortable. He's in the attic. He got a hole in the floor of the attic, and he's looking through the hole, looking at this man on the couch on his phone, playing with his dog.
That's a demon.
Like, comfortable. And that just reminded me of that when, you know, we saw one of the Sims being stalked. Like, he's like trying to observe every aspect of this man's life. Like, he wants to know everything about them. And that's how we gotta be with peace. We gotta be looking. I'm looking here for peace. I'm looking there, hold on. But to the Most High, constantly looking to the Most High for peace. Constantly looking through these scriptures, finding peace through the scriptures. Okay, the Lord said this. He has this promise set up for me. This should bring me peace. You know, He said this. I trust the Most High. This is gonna give me peace. But kind of yield.
Come. All praises. Did you have another push-up?
Let me get. Let me get Psalms 29:11. this point because I did bring out the Most High promises. This is Psalms 29:11. The Lord will give strength unto his people. The Lord will bless his people with peace. So we got to make sure that we, again, are reading. You got to read. So it says right here, the Lord gives strength unto us. Because we're his people. He blesses us with peace. So if we do not have peace, we got to look within us. Are we moving like Most High's daughters? Are we moving like we want, love, and are actively seeking peace? Or are we looking towards chaos? Are we moving in the spirit of disorganization and strife, contention, all these things? We have to examine ourselves daily. Because the Lord said he blesses people with peace.
That's a good point. Gotta look at the, like Michael Jackson said, I'm looking at the man in the mirror. Oh yeah. Asking him to change his way. Hey, we gotta look at the woman in the mirror and change our ways. For real though, because sometimes it is us. Like she said, you know, you can't expect to have peace and you the problem. You always got something smart to say. You're being contentious, you're causing arguments with your husband or sisters, you're causing debates. You're moving in a contentious way. You don't have any structure throughout your day. You just let your kids do whatever, whenever. You're not setting any order in your home. And obviously, we know the man is the leader of the home, but you are the manager of the home. And so you're at home all day, 9 times out of 10 with the kids while your husband is away at work. And so you don't have any structure, any flow going on. You don't have a cleaning routine. And like the thing we read on Google was saying, when you don't have, hey, look, clutter brings spirits. So when you don't have an organized home where you're not cleaning as you should, that brings spirits too. That's not, and we know the Most High, he's the author of peace. He's the God of peace. And so you can't expect to have peace when you're moving in those type of ways and when you're doing that. So look at yourself. Are you striving to actively have, and obviously some days are better than others, but are you actively striving to have order and structure in your days, whether you're a mom or not? Are you actively striving to have order in your home? You know, are you moving in a contentious way? Are you being nasty in your mouth, starting arguments and chaos, being a problem maker? Are you doing those things? Those are some things you have to look at within, because you can't expect to have peace when you're doing those things. Because the Most High will bless us with peace. And then I'm gonna get this real quick. It says, no, it's not that one. Hold on, my bad. 1 Corinthians 14:33. For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints. It says God is the author of peace, not confusion. And so where there is confusion, there's not going to be peace. And then where there's peace, it's not going to be confusion. You have something?
No, I was just going to back off that point. It's a good point. Order does bring peace. Because when you know what's going on, you know what to expect, you know what you're set to do, which goes back to the precepts Sister brought out. The Most High being the author of peace, he created peace. He created these laws for us so that we can have peace, so we can not be just trying to figure out by our own how to treat people, what to do, how to move, how to have integrity. He built all this for us as the guidelines, and this is all goes back to the law. Everything always goes back to the law.
He did that
to keep the law.
That's a good point. I didn't think of it like that, because you got to think when, you know, we have the commandments the Most High has given us. It just said he's the author of peace, not of confusion. He gave us the commandments so we wouldn't be confused on how to live. Exactly. There's no need to, and this is why a lot of our people are confusing laws, because they don't know the law, statutes, commandments. There's no need to try to go to Egyptology and try to go to Christianity and try to go to Buddhism, because all that is confusion. There's no need to do that when the Bible right here, it tells us exactly what we need to do, how to do it. And that's why the Most High created the law, so we could avoid the confusion of these other religions and strange doctrines. But of course, us being disobedient to his commandments, we're now scattered abroad and discontinued from our heritage, so we don't know these things. But that's why he gave us the law, so it would not be confusing what he has called us to do. He's called us to come serve him and keep his laws and commandments, but we don't know that. So we got to just come back to that. That was a good point. All praises. That was a really good point. You have a precept?
You can get Psalms 119 and 165. way back on what we were saying.
But to your point, what you were saying, I know when you were saying, when you know what to do throughout your day, that gives you peace because you know what to expect. So I wanted to let me back off that because I know when I did the it was a few months ago, but I had did the 6 things I do to have order in my home as a stay-at-home mom, and I had showed y'all that I have a whiteboard. I keep my room and I divide my days. 8 months postpartum, still going strong with it. All praise to the Most High. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I have it at the bottom of my whiteboard. Focus points. So throughout the week, there's like, for example, my focus point section is things that I want to focus on during the week. Like by the time we bring the Sabbath in, those are the main things I want to say that I did and accomplished for that week. Things I wanted to really hone in and focus on. And so each day I just write out things that I plan to get done. And that's a way that I keep order in my home, or really order and structure throughout my day-to-day life. And so I have I know I'm trying to progress. There's goals that I'm trying to achieve and there's things that I'm trying to get done. And so that helps for sure. Like she said, not just waking up, going with the flow, like, what am I gonna do today? We'll just see wherever the wind takes us. No, have a set, have a set plan on what you want to do, because that's how we grow. Have a set plan of some goals you want to achieve, some things you want to get done around the house, some things that you want to get done personally for your spirit, whatever the case may be, because that helps you have that peace of mind. Like, okay, I got to get this done today. I know what I'm doing today, and that also helps because, for example, if I have on my to-do list, I need to go to the library, I need to wash clothes and fold, I need to cook dinner. If I also need to, do something for the business, that'll help me map out my day time wise, because I know that, okay, I can't be sleeping in at 1 p.m. because I need to be up by like 8. I need to have kids dressed by 10. I need to be out the house by 11. Yeah. That helps me have that timeline, and my day is not just going with the wind and all over the place. So having some structure in your day, I would highly recommend having like daily to-do lists, weekly things you're trying to get done, even monthly and bi-monthly things. So, there's, you have some sort of order and what you're trying to achieve in life through the Spirit. Of course, it's all of the Spirit. And something that all of the Most High, something that I recently just started doing, I stopped overloading my days. That's something that I was doing for a long time. I stopped and I just started this, but I stopped overloading my days because that was taking my peace. I thought I was being productive, but I'm really just running around stressed and flustered because I didn't put 20 million things on my to-do list in one day. Baby, you got 6 days. You got 6 days. There's no need to overload myself and be stressed. So I just started doing I just started writing out top 3 things I need to get done. Top 3 things I need to get done, and a few more things that I can do after that, and then that's it. I don't have to be super, super busy from sun up to sundown to the time I go to sleep. I don't have to be extreme and exhaust myself. I'm exhausting myself because I'm overloading my day. And so, I started doing that, and that helps me leave a little room in my day for any hiccups that may come up because life happens. So instead of overloading my day, I do my top 3 things, a few more things out of that I can still get done. And I just leave a little room in my day for anything else that I can get done, and just leaving room for my day for human mistakes. So, I'll pray this.
That reminds me of what we were talking about earlier too. Or I don't know if I said that on the AI thing, but just simplifying your life, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were talking about that before. It's just simplifying your life. Sometimes we make things harder than what it has to be.
Overcomplicating things.
Right. Sometimes and not no shade. Of course, it's a beautiful thing. But sometimes, this is just an example. You might be a little low on funds, but you want to make every single thing from scratch in the house. It just might not be the season for that. You stressing yourself out. You like, dang, I can't make the homemade biscuits because I ran out of baking powder. Right now, you can't afford baking powder. You might really just need to go get you some frozen clean biscuits or something, or that's an example. But I was telling the beauty right in the kitchen. I was like, look, I try to keep it simple. Look, I got stuff to do. I got a dishwasher. I'm using it. I don't mind going back after the dishwasher, and if a few are still dirty, okay, I'll wash that with my hand. But I cook, I bake. I got kids. I got a husband. Please take something off my plate.
Okay.
Stuff like that, and
not being afraid to ask for help too.
Right, exactly.
Splitting the load. Instead of walking around, it's my bad, cut you off. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'll say, instead of, walking around with attitude, these your kids too. You can't help me. These your kids too. It takes two to make a baby. I definitely have done that before. All praise most high for repentance, but just communicate.
Right.
Hey, do you mind helping me with this while I do this? And I felt my husband. He been in his dad bag lately. He been in his dad bag. All praise most high. So just communicate, like a put on your big girl panties and be a grown woman and communicate. If you need help, communicate that. But yeah, I sometimes look, you gotta buy the Pico store bought.
Yeah.
And so I'm saying that because I had made nachos for the Sabbath for dinner, and we're gonna have that for leftovers tonight for dinner. But I made my pico and guacamole from scratch. But that's because I had the time and I had the ingredients. I already had the ingredients from meals prior, so I just used what I had. But baby, if I ain't had the time and ingredients, we buying pico from the store. We buying a guacamole from the store. And if I didn't have the time to make the cheese sauce, we was gonna buy some clean jar cheese sauce. But I had the time. It only took 5 minutes. But yeah, man. Everything is a season, so don't overcomplicate things. And like you're saying, you got dishwasher, use a dishwasher. You don't have to. Something I've realized about me within, I don't have a point to prove to nobody. I don't got a point to prove to nobody. I don't got to prove that I'm a mighty diligent sister and I can do all this by myself from scratch and I gotta be and I'm superwoman. That's why I was saying that's why I was saying that I started only doing top 3 things. And then a few other things. I started that because I don't need to exhaust myself from sun up to sundown for what? For what? For who? Okay. So somebody can say, "Oh, you a mighty diligent sister." It's not even about that. It's not about that at the end of the day. Stressing myself out and I'm walking around stressed and agitated with my kids for what? I'm overloading myself, doing too much, carrying things the Most High never told me to carry. The Most High has blessed you with means to excuse me, the Most High has blessed you with dishwasher, crock pot, air fryer, whatever the case may be. Use those things to make your life simpler. You don't gotta go always do and we're not knocking these things at all. Trust me, because we make stuff scratch from homemade. I don't have a dishwasher, so I wash dishes at least 3 times a day by hand. Yeah, but so if you have a dishwasher, use it. Use it. Okay, so hey, look, if the Most High is you're in a place to where you don't have to make your life overly complicated. Hey, do a sheet pan meal, man. 1 pot meal. You don't gotta make the burgers from scratch, the bread from scratch, the ketchup homemade, the mayo homemade. Look, if you can simplify your life, do it. Do it. Of course, being mindful of the ingredients and things of that nature, right, and not the all processed stuff. But yeah, we're just giving a little tips and pointers because we know how it is with mom, with kids and being a mom. So,
we never got praise up.
Oh yeah.
This is Psalms 119 and 165. Great peace have they which love thy law, and nothing shall offend them. So going back to the previous point we were saying, the Most High is an author of peace, not confusion. And it all ties back to the law. If you love the law, you're gonna have great peace. Because you know how you're supposed to move, you know how you're supposed to act, how you're supposed to operate in this truth. Hey. Right. So nothing shall offend you. You should have order. You should have that peace. You should have the fruits of the Spirit because you love the law. You love what the Most High has ordained for us, what He has set in order and in place, because it's for our protection. The things that the Most High set for us to do is for our protection, for our peace, for our benefit. So we just got to make sure that we're doing our part to actively seek it, actively pursue it, and follow it, just like for the mothers. We tell our children things so that they are better off. We teach them in the way that they should go, so they don't have to learn the hard way, so they don't have to live in chaos and be confused and over here and over there and just in utter madness.
Con. Then you got another piece up?
I'll get. Let's get Psalms 37:11. Psalm 37:11. And obviously, we got Galatians 5:22. Peace is one of the fruits of the Spirit. So if we're not operating in peace, we don't have peace within, then we're not in spirit.
Essentially.
We're not in spirit. And we want to be in the spirit.
Yeah. Something how I like to think about the fruits of the spirit is fruits of the spirit. So the fruit is a product of being hold on. Fruits of the spirit. So the fruits are a product of being in the spirit. So if you don't have the fruits, then you're not walking in the spirit. Because the fruits of the spirit means it's a part of the spirit. It's like it's intertwined. So if you don't have the fruits, you're not in the spirit.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Because you see, even throughout the scriptures, man is referred to as trees, and trees a fruit tree. So we gotta think of ourselves as that tree. Yeah. And the fruit that we produce should be peace, should be love, should be gentleness, should be all the fruits of the spirit, so that others can benefit from it, so we can reflect the Most High within our vessels. We're supposed to make our bodies supposed to be a little sacrifice for the Most High. So we gotta make sure that meekness as well, we're gonna read in the precept, but meekness as well is a fruit of the spirit. And I feel like I know all the fruits of the spirit, they tie in one to one.
They definitely do.
They intertwine. So if you have peace, you're gonna be meek. You have goodness, you can be gentle. They go hand in hand. It's hard to have one without the other. So we got to master all the fruits of the spirit.
Essentially.
All of them. So that we can be upright inside of Yahweh Shai. Well, this is Psalms 37:11. But the meek shall inherit the earth and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. So if we want the kingdom, if we want that eternal peace, that eternal rest that's coming, we got to practice it right now. Just like right now, we got to practice these commandments. Because that's how we reach that abundance of peace. That's how we reach the kingdom. That's how we inherit the earth. Through being meek, through having peace within ourselves, peace with others, love, all the fruits of the spirit. I yield.
I'll pray this. I'm going to get precept real quick. So this is Colossians 3:1. If ye then be risen with Christ, seek those things which are above, where Christ sitteth on the right hand of God. Set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth. So a lot of times we don't have that peace is because our affection are not on things above. They're not on things above. They're on things of the earth. And things on the earth look like bills, relationship problems, drama, kid problems, whatever the case may be. Anything revolving his life, stressed out about work, stressed out about your business. Set your affection on things above, because essentially Micah 2:10, this is not our rest. This is not our rest. We are ancient people from an ancient land that are temporary sojourners in America, essentially. We are here temporarily. We have greater things in store. We're most are willing trying to get the kingdom. And so our mind should be focused on things above. We're not finna be here forever. So don't be putting all your worries and cares and thoughts on the things of this earth. Set your affection on things above, because at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to get. We have promises waiting in store for us to be returned back to our chosen land, back into our heritage, how the Most High has ordained it aforetime. So don't have your thoughts caught up in this world, things of the future, things. Just remember that we have greater things in store. So set your affection on things above, not on this life, because this is not where the glory abides. That's 2 Ezra 7:42. 2 Ezra 7:42, it says, he answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory doth abide, therefore have they prayed for the weak. This life is not where the glory is. This life is horrible. But we have a greater life to come. So just set your affection on those things. Don't get so caught up in this life that you forget the beauty and the promises that the Most High has laid up before us. And then with that, I'm going to get Philippians 4:8. It reads, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. So think upon the things that are good, just, holy, righteous. Stop overthinking. Don't give yourself over to heaviness. I recommend sisters to read Matthew chapter 6. Take no thought for the morrow. And this is Sirach 30:21. Give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thy own counsel. So do not give your mind, your heart over to heaviness. You're overthinking, you're worrying, you're stressed out. Have a peace of mind. Journal. Give all of your thoughts and worries and cares to the Most High. 1 Peter 5:7. Cast all your care upon him, for he careth for you. So anything that's got you weighing down and feeling heavy, get those things to the Most High in prayer and stop overthinking and carrying things He never told you to carry. That's also how we don't have peace. Have that inner peace by trusting and by trusting in the Most High, trusting in His will above all, because sometimes you don't know how things are going to end up. You don't know what to expect, but you trust Him and you trust His will, and you know that His will is the best thing for you because He is our Father. And just like being a mother, we protect our children, want the best for our children. Our Father in heaven wants the absolute best thing for us. So stop overthinking, carry things never told you to carry, and just trust in Him. And have that peace of mind in Him, knowing that it'll all work together for our good according to His perfect will, as Romans 8:28 tells us. But I yield.
And that reminds me of Exodus 14:14. You know, gotta let the Lord fight the battles. Just like the sister was saying, you know, we be carrying stuff that the Most High never taught us to carry. You know, the Lord, He always looks out for the righteous. We just gotta do our part and just trusting in Him. Let it go and let God. They say that in the world. We gotta really apply that. Let go of all the stuff that you can't control, all the stuff that's taking your peace. Let it go. Give it. Cast your burdens to the Most High, and let Him fight for you. This is Exodus 14:14. The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. So come. We gotta make sure that we are constantly giving things to the Lord. Because as soon as you start to try to hold on to those burdens, hold on to those things that trouble you, that make your stomach turn, that hurt, that pain, the stress, the oppression, all of it, that's where you start to bug out. Now you're trying to find different ways to figure it out by yourself, on your own terms, but Most High never told you to do that. Told you to hold your peace. And going back to what we were talking about in the beginning, that peace is something that's within. Having that calmness in your spirit, that trust in your spirit, not that frantic, your nerves bad, shaking, and, you know, your mind going 1,000,000 miles per hour. No, that's not what the Most High called for us. I wanted to get also Psalms 37:37. And then I have one more after that. Psalm 37:37 reads, "Mark the perfect man and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace." And when I read this, it made me think of Yahweh Shai. He was a perfect man. So we got to really just go back to the basics. We got to study the Gospels, study how Yahweh Shai moved while He was on this earth, how He responded to the disciples, how He moved, His answers, His demeanor, His integrity, all those things. We have to mark that and behold it. Really just sit and meditate on Yahweh Shai and His spirit, the way He moved, and the peace that He had within Himself. Because at the end of the day, Yahweh Shai, He came here, He did exactly what the Most High told Him to do. He taught us everything we needed to be taught. Everything we needed, we had it. And the end of Yahweh Shai is peace. He's going to be the ruler of the kingdom to come. Because He did what He was supposed to do. He kept the law. And that's that perfect example. We keep the law, we will have that reward at the end. We will have that abundance of peace. We will have what we need for the time to come. I want to get something. I don't have one left.
You go ahead, get your piece up.
Psalms 85:10. It reads, "Mercy and truth are met together. Righteousness and peace have kissed each other." So this kind of goes back to my previous point. You know, these beautiful spirits and virtues, they tend to go together. Mercy and truth, they're met together. Righteousness and peace, they kiss each other. Meekness and peace, they go together. So, Lord willing, we could just continue to keep these laws, continue to read these different accounts, these promises that the Most High has for us, so that we can have that comfort and that solidity inside of us, knowing, hey, whatever happens, hey, it's the will of the Most High. Whatever happens, I know the Most High got me. This is for my good. I know the Most High does not forsake the righteous. I'm gonna be okay.
Con. I'm gonna read this thing I just put I just found on Google. But something I also want to say real quick before we get off is another way that I found, and I know I mentioned journaling. I like to journal. It basically allows me to declutter my mind. Everything that I'm thinking and feeling, I just put it on paper. You know what I mean? And just to process what I'm feeling. But something I also feel like having an inner peace is I seen this Instagram post, mastering staying in a good mood. Don't let little stuff piss you off. Stop letting people get you out the spirit so quick. The Bible tells us to be slow to wrath. I'm gonna get it real quick. Ecclesiastes 7:9, and also James, I think it's 1:19. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. Be slow to anger. Not letting, and this is what I've been working on, not letting everything get me so quick to be annoyed, out of spirit, irritated, and vexed. And regardless of what spirits may be hopping on other people, because at the end of the day, the things we war against is we warring against spirits that we can't see in higher places. We're not warring in the physical. So when essentially spirits are hopping on people and madness and situations are happening, staying in a good mood, not letting it steal my peace, steal my inner joy. And so that's something I've been working on, not letting everything get me out of the spirit. So life becomes peaceful, and this is it's like a little diagram thingy. Infographic. Life becomes peaceful when you practice gratitude every day, stop seeking validation from others, let go of what you can't control, set boundaries and protect your energy, focus on the present, not the past or future, accept that not everything needs a reaction. Prioritize your mental and physical well-being. Forgive, but don't forget the lesson. Choose peace over drama. This also is a good one. 10 tips for a more peaceful life. Live beneath your means. Now, this is huge. Like, if you know you can't afford certain stuff, don't add extra stress and burdens trying to basically find yourself in debt. You know you couldn't afford it. So stop living above your means. Get rid of things you don't use or need. Develop an exercise plan you can stick to. Manage your time. Stop procrastinating. Schedule downtime. Schedule that unwinding time. Learn. Stop comparing yourself to others. Don't take yourself so seriously. What does that mean? Don't take yourself so seriously.
I guess like
I'm serious. No, I'm joking. Give without expecting anything in return. Recognize and enjoy simple pleasures. That's good. That's good.
There's one point I wanted to say on the first one.
Okay.
That you said. I just forgot what that was. Let me see. Yes, focus on the present, not the past or the future. And that's something that I've been trying to remember too, because you realize, like, I feel like you realize that more, especially with kids, like how fast they grow. And it's like, certain spirits and struggles that you might have, if you're so fixated on it, or even just like, financial situation, you're so fixated on the bills, dang, this bill got to be paid, this bill, and you're not even living in the moment. You're not enjoying the small, intimate moments that you just taking it for granted. Because your mind, and now next thing you know, it's been a year done passed. It's been 2 years done passed. I'm like, dang, I should have sat and enjoyed that season while I had it.
Yeah.
I was stealing my own peace because I was so worried about XYZ to not even enjoy what's in front of me. That's what that made me think of. Or you think about stuff in the past.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And the things you think about, I can say the things that I've overthought about, worried day and night about, didn't even have come to pass. Just sit here worrying for nothing. Yeah. Worrying for nothing. And that's definitely true, because I was just telling a sister I was on the phone with, I was like, I said, we got to be mindful of the thoughts that we entertain, because when you find yourself worrying all the time, it can take place of the Most High, meaning that's all you're focused on. You're so focused on this little thought that's what you're giving all your energy and time to. Now you don't have peace, because the Most High said, thou will keep in perfect peace whose mind is stayed upon me. And the Most High also said he's not the author of confusion. And so when you're constantly worrying about something, that's not of God, is it? No. Because he didn't tell you to worry about that. And so when you're constantly focusing on this one thing or this one thought, it's taking your mind away from everything else that you should be focusing on. And then now it's starting to kind of have you become idolatrous, because now that's all you're worried about. You're not really focusing on your children, your husband, how you can please the Most High, how you can be a better sister. You're not focusing on achieving your goals. You're focused on this little thing. That's all you're focused about. So that's definitely true. That's definitely true.
And you lacking faith.
Mm-hmm.
This is another fruit of the spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Peace and faith, they go together.
Mm-hmm.
So you really trust and have faith in the Most High. You're not gonna be stressed about the bills and this situation and that situation. You're gonna have faith that it's all gonna work out, no matter how it looks. So you know it's not by faith, it's not by sight.
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna read any more of these infographics because I feel like they're too good, and we're gonna have to really like have to break these down. So
another 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause on the infographics. But Lord willing, this is edifying. You know, just something real quick that sisters can meditate on as they go throughout the week. Lord willing, y'all can have a beautiful Sabbath. We love sisters. All praise to the Most High. I'm gonna try to find my way back. Y'all know she got this fancy thing. Shalom.
Shalom. All praise to the Most High.